Hi everyone, it's Rax. I've been asked for this guide a million times. How do you play the ZMonk in the metas? In my opinion, this is the easiest way to get involved in the higher echelon of Diablo. So let's get right on into it. And at the end of this video, when we show the gameplay, I'm going to partner with one of my buddies, Mr. CoZeR. Maybe you remember him from the Man Carver video, because he's been playing ZMonk all season and he's going to walk you through exactly what to do. So the first thing I want to say is with the Ring of Royal Grandeur, we're going to be able to take 3 sets. We're going to wear 3-piece Enas and get the 4th piece bonus from the Ring of Royal Grandeur. We're going to get the full Borns set, and we're going to get full Captain Crimsons. So starting with Enas, it's going to increase the passive effect of our mantras by 100% and give us the base effect of all the mantras. So that's why we take Enas. For Borns, it's going to give us extra life and extra cooldown. The experience is whatever, it's pretty nerfed at 70. We're doing this for the cooldown. And then Captain Crimson's is going to give us cooldown, resource cost reduction, and our damage taken is going to be reduced by the percentage of our resource cost reduction. That's going to give us some survivability and be an important stat for us. So in general, we're looking for 4 things on this build. We want survivability, we want attack speed, we want cooldown, and we want bonus to health globes. Okay, so the attack speed is to increase our spirit generation, our cooldown is self-explanatory to bring all of our cooldowns back. Our resource cost reduction is because of Captain Crimson's 3-piece bonus, and the health globe is going to buff a ton of our skills, including our healing and, most importantly, our shielding of our allies. Okay? So just keep that in mind. So with that in mind, Born Sword, Vite attack speed, CDR resource cost, you're going to see a familiar theme here. Survivability with all the stats we just talked about. We'll put a life on hit gem that will actually help us because we'll be attacking extremely fast, and that's what we need. And we cannot roll health globes on the weapon, so don't worry there. Storm Shield's going to give us a big survivability boost. If you can, on any of the items as the main stat, try to get intelligence instead of dexterity or strength, because intelligence is going to give us all resist, which is going to be very strong for us, and we can just put paragon points into dexterity if we want armor. Okay, so if you can get it, int vite CDR resource cost, and we do want the health globe roll on the Storm Shield, and it should be noted that on the ancient pieces you can get a higher health globe roll than on non-ancient, so getting it ancient will help. And again, in the same breath, we're going to augment everything with intelligence just to get more all resist, because this build doesn't do any damage. Illusory Boots is going to let us pass through the mobs. Again, we want all survivability there, and we do need the health globe roll on the boots. Captain Crimson's, you can craft this, so craft it on a Witch Doctor or Wizard or Necro. And we want all survivability stats here, and we're going to socket it with diamonds for the all resist. Alright, Oculus Ring. If we can get it, we'd like attack speed, cooldown, and resource cost. We need health globes on all the jewelry, including the amulet, and this is going to give us another chance to get a power ring for the wizard to move to. Now in Season 18, the pink ring is a better option. It's more damage, but they're not guaranteed to spawn. So we'll take the Oculus Ring here. And the Gogok is what we want. It increases our attack speed, our dodge, and our cooldown. That's incredible. It's got to be the best gem. Ring of Royal Grandeur, unfortunately these don't roll very well, so we will have to get a primary attribute here. We'd like attack speed and CDR. If you can't get that, try to get attack speed and resource cost reduction, something like that. And we need the health globes again, and we're going to take Efficacious Toxin. You don't need to level it anywhere beyond 25, and it's going to give us 10% increased damage. Captain Crimson's, just like the pants, we want full survivability. We cannot roll health globes on here. You get this plan, the easiest way that I know how to get it is just to run bounties. And sometimes it's bad luck, sometimes you got to run them over and over and over, and I know most of us don't like bounties, but that's the way to get the plan for this belt. Ina's no surprise here, it's going to be, I think, pretty much impossible to get intelligence here, so we'll have to take Dex. but we'd like attack speed, CDR, and resource cost, and you cannot roll health globes on this armor piece. We're going to craft Born Shoulders, Vite, percent life, CDR, resource cost, and we do want the health globe bonus here. Enos helmet, Dex Vite, percent life. We need a socket with the diamond, very important, and we cannot get health globes here. All survivability stats here, and we will take the health globes on the chest. Flavor of Time is incredible. It's going to double the effect of all the pylons. 3 out of the 4 party members at least will be wearing a Flavor of Time, so when you get a conduit, it's essentially just going to melt the entire rift. And what we want in the gem slot here is Ice Blink, and this is going to give the wizard a 10% chance to crit the mobs. It's going to be incredible. And finally, Strong Arms, Int, Fight, All Resist, and there isn't really an amazing option for the 4th thing. You can take armor, but we could take life on hit for a little bit of sustain, and we cannot roll health globes on this. And try the best that you can to get it ancient with as close to 30% as possible. And finally, on to the skills. We're going to take 2 generators. First, we're going to take Crippling Wave Tsunami, and this is what we're going to use almost the entire time. And Tsunami is going to proc our Ice Blink gem for our 10% chance to crit for the wizard. And the DR from the freeze is not that bad. It only lasts for 1 second. It actually really shouldn't interfere with the Barb's ground stomp, so you should be able to use Crippling Wave Tsunami pretty freely. Deadly Reach Piercing Trident does DR the mobs, so we only want to use this right before the wizard drops their meteor, and this is going to proc our Strong Arm Bracers. Mantra of Healing. This is very, very important that we're spamming all the time, so you either want to hit it all the time or you want to numlock it. And the main thing here is the active, where it's going to give a shield to all of our allies. And that's going to be increased by 15% of our health globe bonus. That's why we were stacking health globes. There are 2 very popular runes to take. There is Heavenly Body, which increases everybody's maximum life. And this is very good for the wizard, especially if they take passives like Galvanizing Ward. And wizard survivability is insane this season with Stone Gauntlets. So Heavenly Body has been kind of a new rune that a lot of people have been using, but there is also Time of Need, which reduces their damage taken by 30% when they drop below 50% life. That's also very popular. So you can just ask the wizard which one they'd prefer. A lot of them lately have been preferring Heavenly Body. Inner Sank, Temple of Protection. This is very important to drop the second that you get to the pack and to continuously drop. This is going to reduce everybody's damage taken by 55%, and it's going to make them immune to the crowd controlling effects. Okay, so always keep Inner Sank down. Breath of Heaven, Zephyr, very popular. It's going to give us a heal, but the real reason that we take it is to make everybody move fast. This is not just to move from pack to pack to pack and get through the map, but it's also when the wizard is about to drop, it allows them to get to max Zay's range or get to the appropriate Oculus ring. And finally, Epiphany is going to increase our spirit generation. It's going to allow us to dash, and it's going to cause our abilities to heal ourselves and our allies, again buffed by our health globe bonus that we've been stacking on all of our pieces. For the passives, we want Beacon of Ytar for all cooldowns down 20%. Near-death experience gives us a cheat death in case something goes wrong. Resolve, the damage that we deal is going to reduce enemy damage by 20%. And for brand new ZMonks, I would recommend taking Chant of Resonance. It's going to reduce the spirit cost of our mantra by 50%, and it's going to give us some more spirit. It's going to make it very easy to play the build while you're getting used to it. If you don't need the reduced spirit cost or the spirit regeneration, you can take Seize the Initiative or Unity for a little bit of additional damage. Those are good options as well. Alright, now on to the Paragon points. First thing you're going to want to do is max your movement speed. You shouldn't need to max your maximum spirit, but if you're having troubles with it, you can put points into this as well. Then really, most of your other points should go into vitality to take advantage of the percentage life rules. but it may be advantageous to put some points into dexterity to get some armor, especially if you've stacked intelligence on a lot of your gear. So one way you can tell what's the best allocation for you is you can look at your toughness value. We're at 1696 with all into vitality. Let's see what happens if I put it all into dex. This is much lower than 1696. What about 10 and 40, for example? Huh, close. But still not better than just pouring it all into vitality, okay? So you can play with that on your character and figure that out. For offense, we want attack speed and cooldown. The crit hit chance and crit hit damage do nothing for us. We do no damage. In defense, take resist all and life first, and then armor, and then life per second last. And finally, in utility, take resource cost reduction for the DR from Captain Crimson's and life per hit. Never put any points into area damage. No one is allowed to have any area damage except for the wizard because it's going to lag the game. You can take gold fine, but that's not going to do anything for us either. And that's how the Paragon points go. And for the cube items, we've got Flying Dragon, chance to double our attack speed. With all the attack speed that we've built on our character, doubling it is going to get us close to the 5.0 attack speed break point. It's going to be incredible. Spirit Guards, our spirit generators, are going to reduce our damage by 60%. We're going to stay alive. And in the same breath, Star of Azkaranth is going to prevent all fire damage, and it's going to heal us for things like fire chains and molten explosions. It's not going to matter to us anymore. All right, everyone, let me take you to my friend CoZeR, and he's going to walk you through some gameplay and show you exactly how all of this works.
Hi, I'm CoZeR. Some of you know me as the guy who died to Mank Harbor. Today I'm going through some tips on how to properly ZMonk during a Greater Rift, so let's jump into it. Make sure you're spamming Breath of Heaven, Epiphany, and Mantra the whole Rift until the Rift Guardian. Depending on what RGK you're running with, this will decide what needs to be done at the Rift Guardian, but more on that later. Once the shot caller decides where you guys are stopping, drop a sank right where they specify. This way the RGK and Wizard have somewhere safer to stand. The most important thing is to always be putting sank down and moving your sank where the barbed stomps are. You can identify where the barbs stomped based on where the mobs are packed closer together, or if the barb calls out where he stomps. Spam Crippling Wave the whole time you're on sank, until the wizard is about to hit. It's also helpful to teleport around with Crippling Wave when Epiphany is being used. Your wizard should be in Discord to tell you when they are about halfway through lightning. Once they are halfway through lightning, use Deadly Reach on the mobs to proc your strong arms, as they only last for 6 seconds. Then back to Crippling Wave till the group moves. We use Breath of Heaven and the Zephyr Rune to enable the wizard to wait until the last second to run out of sank and get max saves range. This provides the group with extra movement speed for the whole run as well. This is the process I use for our setups. I drop sank, spam all of my other abilities like I should be doing the whole rift, spam Crippling Wave the whole time, and then I wait for the wizard to hit, and I proc my strong arms by hitting Deadly Reach. And then I repeat. So I'll run through a couple of these. The Rift Guardian's going to spawn kind of soon anyway, so I drop sank again, spam all of my abilities, I spam Crippling Wave, and then I hit Deadly Reach right before the wizard's about to hit. It should be right there. As you can see, the mob actually lifted. And that was just because that part was not DR'd, but it's all good because they dropped down before the wizard hit. Now, if your mobs are in the air when the wizard actually drops down, that could actually be really bad because your wizard will do 0 damage. So we're going to do one more setup. Drop sank, spam all of our other abilities, spam Crippling Wave, and then again hit Deadly Reach right before the wizard hits. Should be coming up. There we go. And then we're going to do one more hit, and then we should spawn the Rift Guardian, and then I'll run you through that. So for the Rift Guardian on Lancer, that's Corpse Lance RGK, What we're going to be doing is we're going to drop a Sank immediately. Always keep the Sank on your RGK. Spam all of your other abilities. And then you spam Deadly Reach only. Do not use Tsunami. You don't need to. Just only spam Deadly Reach. Basically, what you're going to do is you're going to keep doing that. That's going to be your basic cycle until your RGK tells you to stop hitting. Then you drop Sank down. You protect them from any projectiles that the boss tries to hit them with until the RGK is in poison. Then you try to spawn a pink circle by hitting the Rift Guardian with Deadly Reach. So that's your process. I'll run you through it when I actually do it. The only time that you want to stay on the Rift Guardian the whole time is for Cold Snap. You just keep hitting him the whole time. You never stop. Don't try to proc a pink circle or anything like that. As you can see right there is when I actually did it. We stopped hitting for a little bit, and then I hit with my strong arms or my Deadly Reach to actually spawn a pink circle there. Alright, so there you go. Finishing the boss, and then we're going to be going into Thorns. For the Rift Guardian for Thorns, what you're going to do is you're going to drop Sank. You're going to spam Breath of Heaven and Mantra, but do not use Epiphany. So what we don't want to use Epiphany because we don't want to teleport to the Rift Guardian. We want to stand behind the RGK's skeletons using Force Standstill and spam Deadly Reach. That's all you're going to do. You'll notice me in this clip right here just standing behind his skeletons and just spamming Deadly Reach the whole time. Unless you're fighting Perdition or Sand Shaper, then you stand directly on the skeletons with the barb as well. All three of you will be standing right on top of the skeletons. Anyways, that's it for me. I'm going to pass you to Rax. Thanks.
Thank you so much for watching, everybody. CoZeR and I had a blast putting together this video for you, and we hope that it will help you get ingratiated into the metas and start pulling some extremely high grade rifts. CoZeR and I both stream. I'm going to put a link to all of the ways that you can find him in the description and also as a pinned comment. Please jump over there and thank him for his work. And he's a very good ZMonk. If you've got any questions, stop by. You can ask him or me anything that you'd like. Many more videos are coming. Please like and subscribe if this helped you, and I'll see you again.